Jamal Musiala robbed of both the Copa Trophy and the Golden Boy. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. And we've just found out that Gavi has won the Golden Boy. Obviously, earlier this week, we found out that Gavi had won the Copa Trophy. But now to add more salt to the wound, Jude Bellingham and Jamal Musiala have been robbed of these trophies. And I mentioned Jude Bellingham, although the focus of this video is obviously Jamal Musiala because it's a Bayern video. And obviously, I'm not a Dortmund fan, but you can't deny how important Jude has been to this team. Jude is the best player on Dortmund. He has been exceptional and obviously one of the best young talents in the world. And I think he's shown that he's obviously going to be a major player for England in the future years. And obviously, you cannot deny this man talent. I would love to have Jude on Bayern. Don't think that will ever happen, but obviously incredible talent. But this video will be focusing on Jamal Musiala, who's had such an important season for Bayern. Obviously, he's looked so great for the last 2 seasons. But obviously this year he's taken it to new levels. And honestly, I always knew he had the potential. He always looked great when coming on, even for Hansi Flick. But just we never really saw him fully unleashed. And I was, I'm sure if you watch this video, you've seen me for the last year and a half complaining that we don't play Musiala enough. I mean, this guy's played great at left wing, center mid, cam, striker even. This guy just plays good wherever he goes. And honestly, he's been such an important player for us this season. Our best player for Bayern, without a doubt, in my opinion, for us this season. And I'm just not sure how he hasn't won the trophy this year. But I guess that is just life. It just seems like Lewandowski made the right decision going to Spain. Obviously, you don't win trophies being in the Bundesliga, unfortunate as it is. But obviously, Jamal Musiala had a great comeback of what he said. He said, I'm just going to stay focused on winning, and that's really what matters to me. So obviously he's just focused on performing, and that's great. I think he'll have a great World Cup. Maybe he could win Young Player of the Tournament. That'd be an interesting thing for him to win, but maybe, Gavi will win that one too, based on the way things are looking. I would probably go on a bigger rant about this last year or the year before if this happened, but I lose interest in these kind of awards just because year and year it just gets worse, and you can just tell how much Spanish bias there is. And no offense to Gavi, I think he's a great player, but just not as consistent and not as exceptional of a talent as Musiala, in my opinion. And Musiala has everything you'd want in a player, and he's just looking like he could be one of the best young players, one of the best players to come, maybe the best player in Bayern in the future years. I think he will be, the face of our team in the future years as he takes on that role from Muller gradually as the face of the team. But I really do think that Musiala is special. I think everybody else in the world is starting to realize that. Even just my friends that don't watch Bayern really started to say, hey, this Musiala guy is legit, which I've been saying for quite some time now. I'm not the only one. I'm not going to say, I was the first one to say Musiala is good. I think everyone saw that coming if you did watch the games. But if you didn't, you might have not heard of Musiala in the last few years. But now he's just so hard not to hear about. And really, I'm not going to say, he definitely should have been the winner, but I definitely think that he and Jude were together robbed. I think Gavi did not deserve it over those two. I would have been happy. I would have been fine with Jude winning it and Musiala coming second, but I just don't see what Gavi has done to earn that spot ahead of Jude and Musiala in both those. But I guess that's just the way it is. And obviously, it's just a trophy, but it's fun to talk about, and I'm interested to see what everybody else says. Even Bayern fans, do you think we're just being biased, or do you really think that Musiala was robbed? Because you look at the comments of all these, posts, and I know it's just, Instagram and Twitter comments, but it speaks some truth. I mean, a lot of people do think they were robbed, and I think that's the majority opinion is that Gavi did not deserve it. So definitely not a hot take here, but wanted to discuss it. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you want to see more Bayern Munich content that's in the future, please subscribe to this channel. Hope you see you on the next one. Until then, Mia Samia.